Welcome back, YouTube. We know it's been about
A month? Yeah.
Since we've done a video.
Popular demand. Back by popular demand.
Back by popular demand.
Well, I say that because people have been emailing me and texting me and making comments on Instagram. Elliot, YouTube video, do it.
Are you live, man?
Well, yes and no.
On the outside, yes.
I feel
my soul is dying.
I've been telling people that I'm in Pretium hell because that seems kind of appropriate.
It's only purgatory.
Yeah, I think that's probably an effective estimate of what we're going through.
Probably positioned in Pretium purgatory.
I like it. Well, it's beautiful alliteration.
That's right.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, what's going on with the Pretiums?
I don't want to talk about Pretiums right now.
Okay. Let's talk about the other toys that you've got in.
Because let's face it, I basically live Pretiums at the moment. And that's one of the reasons why you haven't seen a new video from me in about a month. It's because all I've been doing is making Pretiums. But the good news is, and we'll talk about it later when we get out into the shop and we get to look at the board. The board has been vastly cleaned up because
there's a lot less numbers.
There's a lot less numbers. So we're more than halfway through the Pretiums now, which is pretty awesome. Blade HQ just got I'm pretty sure they're all sold out already. I know they are, as a matter of fact, because Blade HQ has a list of people. And so 7 more are about to head out. They're going to head out Monday morning. I'm actually in the middle of sharpening them right now, but we needed to take a break and we needed to make a video. Let's face it, we haven't done this in about a month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie.
So what? Let's show the good people some new toys that you've gotten within the. Did you really just do that? Did you really just turn and wink at the freaking camera?
Huh?
God, I'm related to you.
Hey, you know what? Stab you.
Bring it.
I will fight you right now.
Bring it.
I will kick you square in the junk with my new boots.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
You know what? You know what was one of the selling features for my new boots?
You're not even showing the good people on YouTube who clearly care about your boots.
Doesn't anyone give a shit about my boots except for you? So my new boots, composite toes.
You know what the composite toe?
Dude, they sold me.
Lighter.
Well, so these are half the weight of my old ones. And my old one, the metatarsal guard on my old ones fell out anyway, so there was just a flap of leather there. It wasn't actually there was any purpose for them anymore. And then an air bladder and a pop, and I was like, you know what? I stand way too much. Fuck it, I need new boots. Gotta throw down. Mark was like, you bought new boots? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you know all those hours you spent sitting on your ass? I spend those hours standing, so. My feet, fairly important to me.
Of steel and flammable materials.
Well, and I also seem to recall there was one summer when I was working construction as a young man, and I
remember this particular mishap.
What mishap? No. That was a different summer.
One?
That was a different summer. So one summer, I was like, I don't need good boots. I'm just gonna buy some Walmart shit. And so I by the end of 2 months of wearing crappy Walmart boots, my knees hurt really bad and my back hurt, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm like 20. This is ridiculous. And then somebody was like, just got those shitty boots. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, your boots, they're crappy boots. You get you some good boots, man. Support those feet. You take care of your feet. They'll take care of you. And I was like, that's really good advice. I'm gonna do that. And so then I got good boots, and good boots ended up saving my foot at one point in time. That is the summer that you're referring to.
That is the particular time I remember.
When a bobcat, the machine, not the animal, rammed into the side of my foot.
Side of the foot.
Side of the foot. And had I not had high quality boots on, it would have literally destroyed my entire foot. As it was, I ended up with some stitches because it like pinched it and split the skin open, kind of in a gross fashion. But of course, dumbass me, like I didn't even notice there was anything wrong until somebody was like, "You should probably take the boot off and look at your foot, dude."
I don't want to.
And I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm fine." I'm like, "Nah, you should check it out," and I did. Yeah, they had a big old bleedy gash in there. That was fun. Yeah, so good boots could save your foot. And that's why, from that point on, I'm like, you want $800? No problem. They're awesome? Super, let's do this. I'm looking for boots with titanium. You know how I love titanium.
I know you would have a huge chubby for some titanium toe boots.
Mm-hmm. You know it.
Plate the entire thing with titanium. Just make it like armor.
I could do that. I could so do that, actually. That'd be pretty.
He's got this look on his face. As you mention it.
Great idea. Titanium armor boots.
Patent pending.
Well, because you've seen like the anti-crush toe thing, right? It's like a safety toe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, titanium, everywhere, all over. That could be magic. A little expensive. I know. I've tried to make pieces of actual armor out of titanium, and it gets pretty expensive pretty quick. Because you're like, I'm gonna need like a full sheet for that, and that's $1,000 a tie. Okay.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? New toys.
So new toys, and we got to your boots.
Yeah, well, they are a new toy. They're new.
Okay.
I also got a swanky new belt that I can't show you because it's on me.
Oh my God, is he happy about this belt? Okay. First thing when I get in today, I bring lunch, and it's all good and dandy. He was like, "Guy, check out this new belt I got. It's freaking awesome." He's showing me. Like, I tested at the REI. I'm at the REI testing all the belts, and I'm pulling them and breaking them to pieces and everything because I had to find one that's gonna work for me.
Well, there's nothing more annoying.
I understand.
Than a belt that fucking comes undone. It kind of defeats the purpose of the belt, doesn't it?
In a huge manner.
Yeah. So it's a little, and I wanted a nylon belt because let's face it, leather stretches. And sometimes as you get a little older, you don't know this yet, but as you get a little older, okay, and you start having to put those those notches down on the belt, and you can see all the ones that you used to fit in. You're like, God damn it! It's insulting.
Mine goes the other way. Just as it stretches out, I got to put another one smaller.
Keep drinking. You'll get there.
I did buy a new belt recently.
Speaking of that, today we were drinking Rampant IPA from the good people at New Belgium Brewing. It's very hoppy. I like it. I'm a fan of IPA. We've discovered that.
Yes, Elliot is a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered he also enjoys the Torpedo.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? So one cool guy who got a Pretium from Blade HQ. He lives up in Carlsbad, actually. He brought a growler of a brew from one of the breweries up there. It was nice. Very hoppy. Got you right in the back of the neck. Yes. Loved it. Every sip of it.
That's how you know it's good. It's like a
It's
good piece of bread supposed to scrape the top of your mouth.
Is that true?
That's what Grandma says.
And Grandma's always right.
When it comes to bread, you bet your ass Grandma's always right.
Grandma's always right. So anyway, moving right along.
Toys.
Besides my new belt. It's awesome fucking belt. You people don't even know. So I have a Tannic. I do. As some of you may or may not know, Jeff and I are friends. We chat often. We have what I like to call knife maker therapy time, where we sit down and we each have an adult beverage, and we discuss the events that have gone on in our knife making lives.
Then they meet up and spoon.
Well, he lives on a different coast, so that's physically impossible. And I will throw this at you. And it doesn't matter if it gets you with a pointy end, because it's a pretty chunky knife. It's going to fucking hurt you no matter what.
It's true.
Bastard. And I would totally spoon with him if he were here. I'm just saying.
I would say if that was in your left hand, I would take a chance.
So, Jeff and I made a little dealerooski. I was like, Jeff, I want you to make me a Tannic, but do whatever you want to it, and I'll make you a knife. And I thought I was going to get to do whatever I wanted to it, but no. Jeff had a bunch of ideas that he wanted done.
Tell the good people why you wanted Jeff to do whatever he wanted.
Okay, so whenever I get a knife from another knife maker, right, obviously I can make a knife. So I'm not getting it for knife's sake. I'm getting it because I'm basically collecting the maker.
You don't need a knife that's exactly what you want.
No, I'm what you would call, I'm like a collector. So the chances of me using this knife, basically never. It might cut some paper here on the desk. It might cut open a box from time to time, but that's just because it might be the first knife handy, which it actually is rare because I usually have a knife in my pocket. So in all likelihood, this knife will never cut anything. But I want one. So now I have one.
I want one.
I want one. Like a copper backspacer. Copper. It's crazy. So I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Pretty impressed. So I have been involved in parts of this knife coming together. I mean that I've given Jeff as much advice as he was willing to take from me on doing flippers, and some stuff he just blatantly ignored, which is fine because it's his knife. But some things he listened to me about. So I've tried to be as helpful as possible, and it's a hell of a knife. I totally understand why people want them, and I totally understand why they're going on the secondary market for as much as they are. It's a substantial piece.
It's a cool knife.
I could say bad things about it, but I won't. just to fuck with Jeff. You don't know the shit that he gives me, so bullshit. He's always busting my balls. So, so theoretically, event one of these days I'll get a hoe back, probably in the next year. I still haven't talked to Walter, son of a bitch, or John Graham. Damn it, these are guys that I talked to. I will, in fact, one day get a Brad Blunt. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, Brad, let's make a deal, baby. He's like, oh, hell yeah. Well, he's a Tennessee guy. He's got Tennessee in action.
Little southern draw.
He's from the dirty South.
I understand. I deal with a guy from Tennessee all the time.
Brad's a cool dude, though.
Roger.
I love what he's doing, knife wise. I think they're very cool. And so here's the
So let's go from Tannic.
Can we put these next to each other? Yes. No, so I was in REI procuring a new belt, and I saw this hanging up. I was like, whoa, I need. So I thought this was a very interesting concept, and kudos to whoever at Gerber came up with this idea. Pretty brilliant. The tiniest little fucking thing you've ever seen in your life. What are we saying?
That's what she said.
Sigh. Exacerbated sigh. Cheesy peasy. Can't believe we're related. You know what? I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. So that's we got like a under half an inch blade here.
Can we measure? I'm really curious.
3/8 maybe. It's pretty small. Measure that up.
So where are we measuring from here?
You can just measure it right from that tip of that frame. It's probably the best place.
I mean, because that's 3/4 of primary.
From what is it from here to the tip?
From there to the tip?
Oh, just over half.
That's right about 5/8.
I was way off.
It was way off.
Way off.
But the actual edge on it is 3/4.
I like it as a concept. I mean, it would be cooler if we did it in titanium. Titanium, and then like a little tiny SM100 blade, and then like a beta titanium pivot pin.
Don't have that. We still have that little thin sheet of SM100.
Yeah, I got SM100. Well, I
Which I
mean,
don't understand. You don't need a thick SM100 blade.
well, this is like ridiculously thin. That's like slightly over a 16th. I would call that 80 thousandths if I was a betting man. So
Do you want me to get the calipers?
no, we're good. But I like this as a concept. Just a little backup, little bladey McBlade, little zipper tie blade you can throw on there and just whip out and open your box. Threaten people with. Stab you.
Make sure to remove the plastic packaging on your fire starting kit when Bear Grylls gives it to you.
I got that reference because I saw that show.
Yeah, you were the one who told me about the whole.
It was classic. Comedy. Absolute comedy. What else do we got? Really?
What?
Really?
What?
On the desk? Do you see the pristine quality of this desk? Look at this.
Because nothing ever gets cut.
Tape
or
on the corner.
stabbed
I mean,
or-
look at this. I mean, this is high quality stuff here. I keep telling Mark I'm going to replace it all with carbon fiber. Like, just you wait, dude. One day, I'm going to have a carbon fiber desk. It's going to be amazing.
My desk is gonna be titanium and carbon fiber.
Okay, so let's look at this knife I got from Kyle. So I can shoot you with a clip. I mean, a sheath. And maybe wipe my goo off of it.
Okay.
What?
And no.
No comment. So, this knife was made by a guy named Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle Battalion. I think it's a great last name. Battalion. And so he's going to be KB Knives. This was the 6th knife he's ever made in his entire freaking life. And he sent it to me because he loves me. No. No, because he wanted my opinions on it. I don't know why anybody would want my opinion on a knife. But I'll take it. I like knives.
Because you don't really give your opinion on
I-
knives that much.
I
on other
don't.
people's
I don't.
knives.
No, I try and be because I don't hate. I congratulate. Exactly. 100%. That's 100% Christopher Robin. It's a great job. You know what? You're going to get a hero badge and a hero trophy and a hero bald eagle. That's a Fair and Forge Knife Works inside joke. So, Kyle asked me what I thought of this knife. And I actually haven't written him a full write-up on what I think in terms of what I like, what could be improved. Technically, this is a pretty sound knife from technical aspects of knife making. For a while, I thought that this was gray G10 as a liner. And then one day I came in here and it was dark in the office and it was glowing. And I went, oh, so it's moon glow. Awesome. So it actually is moon glow. It's pretty cool. It made it even cooler to me. Carbon fiber. These pins are steel, I believe. Probably stainless steel. And then the blade is 154 cm. And this was mirror polished. Oops. And then these are satin. But the really thing that was impressive to me is he went for the tapered tang. I have actually never done a tapered tang because I personally think they're a waste of time. For the time and energy and belts that go into creating a tapered tang, you could achieve the same amount of weight savings in a blade just by drilling holes in it, just by Swiss cheesing it. It's way cheaper, way faster.
But that does look pretty cool.
It does look very cool. I've always said, man, taper tangs look cool. So that's very nice. She took the time to hand file this checkering in. I don't even want to know how long that took. But so anyway, pretty interesting knife. I cannot remember what Kyle's email address is if you're interested in his work. I believe he's just making fixed blades for the moment, as we all start out doing, making fixed blades. At least we should all start out doing. I don't know. Yeah, put that back in there. Sheath, kind of a Gavco style sheath. Fairly respectable. You gonna put that on for us? You do a little modeling? No?
No, I want the clip on the other side, so you can grab it that way.
Well, look at you. Aren't you a prima donna? Sorry. 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 Sorry.
You're gonna put a knife in my hands, and then you're gonna insult me.
So the other thing I was gonna show you is I've reworked this little guy. Just because any knife that's going to be in my pocket for a while is going to evolve. Yeah, a little bit. The Apprentice does the same fucking thing.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
He evolves the knife in his pocket. So, that has been evolving.
My knife has always been black and red. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think I like it better like this. It's a cooler blade shape. And I adjusted some of the workings so it actually is smoother and faster.
What are you calling that blade shape?
That's a pokey warning.
I thought it was a stabby warning.
Stabby warning. You're right. It is. It's stabby warning. Because the old worn sheepy cliff that I had there, you couldn't stab things with it. So I'd go to stab the Apprentice, and nothing would happen. So I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna change it. So I changed it. Now it's a stabby warning. Stab you. Stab. Moving along.
Anyway.
Alright, let's go. Nice! Right in the trash. So moving right along.
At least I didn't get blood on it.
Did we talk about our beer?
I can't remember what video it was in.
We already shot this video and it went a little over, shall we say? Whoops.
It did cut out right in the middle of a thought.
Yeah, right in the middle of a thought. It was terrible. You want to know what I was thinking? What we were talking about? We were talking about Michael Gavik, actually.
We were discussing the difference
in him taking my advice. Well, because we were talking about why I like 1/8" pivots versus bigger stuff. And so one of the main reasons that I like 1/8" pivots is that it allows you to push the lock bar further up to being underneath the pivot. See, like Jeff's is all the way back here. Mine is way up here, much closer. That's because I don't have as big a counter bore for the bearing. Right, this has a half-inch counter bore in here to fit the bearing. So that means you got to put the lock bar all the way back there. It just creates a fairly more solid lockup. And Jeff's also has this goofy internal freaking stop pin. It's goofy. Says me.
You don't feel like doing one.
No, it's not that. I've never quite agreed with the principle behind it. It's always seemed mildly silly to me. Because so where the cam.
Here we go. Now we're starting to rant.
The cam path for it, right, in this one and in like a hoe back, the cam path for it is right here, right. So that means you have these little tiny pieces of steel attaching the blade, and it just never made any sense to me from a mechanical standpoint. And the other thing is, that also didn't make any mechanical sense to me, is that when you have a pivot, a stop pin, it's all the way at the top. You're actually almost aligning your force vectors in terms of where your pressure is, and it just seems like a better idea to me. But what do I know?
What do I know?
What do I know? Don't get me started. You want to talk about the spring tensor function in reference to lock bar thicknesses? Because I'll talk about it if you want. Well, make me bust out fucking spring tensors.
Sure.
I got this thing. This is really exciting. Super fun. Here, let's just move the box under so we can do it. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. Simple things in life. Simple things.
Big old shit-eating grin.
Check this out. So, in exchange for that Tannic, this is what I made for Jeff. It began as a kind of a custom Pretium for him, and it has evolved into this. It's evolving.
Into a custom.
No, it's just a straight up custom.
It's cool knife.
Well, it's quite small now for Jeff and his little midget hands. Hopefully he'll like that. If he doesn't, I'm probably gonna have to fly out there and stab him. So.
Yeah, it is a little small.
Well, for us, because we're.
It's a cool knife. Did you come up with the bricks and the?
Well, I have seen many others do this bricky thing. Mm-hmm. Notably, all the people that I look up to, Marsh and Rudy.
You know, your tie carver guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're magical. They have magic power. I'm convinced that Rudy Lawler has magic powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, some of his stuff, you're just like, how did he fucking do that? How did he do that?
That's titanium?
He made that tiger look like a tiger in titanium.
I was scared it was going to jump and get me.
Yeah, you thought it was going to jump off the knife and eat your face. I know, right? So we sold the old CNC. Mark's old CNC finally left, and now this shit has somehow taken its place. Hopefully he decides to put that back where it belongs, which is not here, so I can utilize the space as more than just a place for the weight bench. And Lord knows I like using up space. Oh, we talk about the board. Look at the board. Look at the board. It's way, way nicer than it was last time. So the last 7 for Blade HQ, those are getting done right now. I'm sharpening them, and they're leaving on Monday morning. Right? These ones are on my bench right now. They're getting inserts and stuff like that. And that is the projected date, the 24th, when I have them done. And then the next 11, basically, 70 through 80, they're on deck, and I'm hoping to have those out by the end of this month. And then we get to 80 through 90, 81 through 91, and I kind of want to try and get those out by November 8th. So I'm giving myself like 8 days, 10 days, somewhere in there, to try and get at least all those done. It's ambitious, I'm not gonna lie. And then 92 through 99, that's gonna be very achievable right there. It's getting them out by the 18th. And then this one, Mr. Jimothy Skelton's, that's going to require some
extra level.
Yeah, some extracurricular machining. So I got to run another run of lock bar inserts. That's what a plate of LMAX sitting on there waiting. That's why I have it written down so I can remember to do that. Look at this bench. Huh? It's getting rather clean looking. So, like, what do we have in here? They've been compartmentalized. It's like 70 through 81 right there. What are these guys in here? Why is 63 over here all by itself? It's looking so sad. It looks so sad over here. Look at, it's so sad. It's so sad.
63, what's wrong, little guy?
It's so sad. 63. Look at 63. Just blank shit. See? Look how not deep that is. Sometimes I'm like, seriously? What? Seriously?
What?
And that's the other side.
The camera cannot see that.
That's fine. Yeah, that's probably the perfect depth right there. It looks like 54,000s. Swear to God, CNC does whatever the fuck it wants. G code, screw that! It runs on its own code. I'm not even joking. There are times when I'll like start it up and then I'll come in and I'll be like, hey, what's up, CNC? And there's like you're like, what?
We'll have a little chat. I'm making an offer to Karen Fuse.
CNC. Bastard. Swear to God. I've even talked to Hoback about it. I'm like, dude, does your Tarmac do weird shit sometimes? And he's like, yeah, sometimes, man. He said if he runs it for more than 3 days straight at a time, it does weird things. He has to reset the whole system. You just farted, didn't you?
I didn't know such thing.
You are a liar.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Move along. Oh, I'm pretty excited about this guy. Look at this. Look at that. That is a chunker. Chunker. Look at that bastard. It's for a guy. Theoretically, he's a Green Beret. I know he went to Sears School. I know that for a fact. So, what do I got? We have like 220,000 thick blade. About 198,000 thick titanium bearings. I did use a larger pivot on this one. Big old mill clip. Big old back spacer. And what I like about the steel in this, it's interesting. It's new to me. It is N360. It's nitrogen stainless steel. The thing that's particularly interesting to me is that it has one of the highest impact ratings I've ever seen in a stainless steel. Mostly because it is a nitrogen stainless steel, so it doesn't have as much chromium carbide in there embrittling things. So we'll see how this works out. It's got kind of a little mildly complicated heat treat, but nothing I can't handle. So I'm pretty excited about this. And this whole thing is going to get carved. It's going to be dragonificated. I just made that up right now. Dragonificated. And I'm probably going to keep this raised and do a little funky dragon spine work on that brain crusher. That's going to be cool. A little lock bar insert for this thing.
Quite the insert.
Well,
I understand.
Bobby, it's made out of the same steel N360, and then I'm gonna widen this whole gap out a little bit more, and then put that in there, and do all my machining to it. The interesting thing is going to be that the rolling detent's actually going to be like nice and inset in there for once.
Yeah.
So crazy. So I'm pretty excited about that knife. So I have stoled away some time to kind of get back in custom mode a little bit because, let's face it, it's pretty much driving me fucking crazy. So there's some that I'm actually in the middle of sharpening. Get sharpened up for Blade HQ. Blade HQ. And then before we started making a video, the apprentice was in here straightening titanium, which is really fun, isn't it?
It's really a whole lot of fun.
It's probably the most...
That one, I over-twanged it the other way.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Rookie mistake.
So it's more curved than I started with.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Well,
you got to get it hot, then you got to put a lot of force on it. And
don't be defeated by the inanimate object, my
I
friend.
haven't let one beat me yet. I refuse.
You can talk shit to it as well.
the
I like to
object.
talk shit to them personally.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I straighten tie, I talk shit to it.
I'm not a shit talker though.
It's not titanium, huh? You think you tough? Think you got a crazy modulus of elasticity? What's up now?
Show you a modulus of elasticity.
Hey-oh. We are ridiculous. What?
You want to talk about that?
You know what? Let's do it. I do have my marker here? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do this again. Okay, so I'll show you what I have in mind. And don't email me yet. I don't have a list for these created.
The books are not open.
The books are not open because I actually don't have a fully functional prototype, nor do I actually have anything in CAD for this yet. This is all brainstorming, Norman. So when I made this one, right, this is all manual machining, and I don't like it. So all these little grooves in here, those are gone. No, bye-bye. And then as I was looking at this, I was like, you know what? Wouldn't it be cooler, since I'm going to do this on CNC, I get a little bit more ability. So I want to carry the carbon fiber inlays basically in and around here. Get kind of serious with them. And then have this whole pivot be framed in a little titanium. And then the pivots on these are actually going to be titanium hardware from Steve Kelly. So they're going to be beautiful. And then these are going to flow more with the shape of the handle. It's going to come up in here. It'll come up in the booty. Miss those screws, and then probably come right about that line. So it's going to be a more significant, more interesting carbon fiber inlay. So I'm excited about that. Grind-wise, these are obviously going to have flat grinds like I like. But then we're probably going to come back in, since this is a nice spear point, we'll probably put in a pretty cool swedge or something to make it more spirial. I made that up right now. Stabbier. And then for the lock bars, what we're going to do, I'm pretty excited about this. I tried it out actually on that knife that I made for Jeff, I just showed you. Doing kind of a Shirogorov / Hoback thing where the steel insert actually has a little tab that comes out into the frame, so I don't have to do a hinder stabilizer. Because let's face it, I'm tired of paying hinder. And then pocket clip wise, I was thinking about doing carbon fiber, but I just think that I feel like they're gonna break. I've tried carbon fiber clips before, and I've managed to break them. And yeah, so we'll go with like a mill tie clip. Probably have it match that. Probably just kind of keep it simple, stupid. Do a mill tie clip on there, which I'm so super excited about making. Screw dizzles, yeah. Contact point, yeah. Something like that. Maybe we'll do something creative, or you know what? Maybe we'll just keep the clip simple as well. Maybe give them a couple little mill lines or something like a. I always like what Shane Siebert does on his clips. Just simple couple of lines and boom. Just makes them a little different. So something like that. Will there be thumb studs? I don't know. Maybe not. These are going to have significantly higher price tags. They're going to have ceramic bearings, some titanium hardware. I'm considering titanium standoffs. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. 204P for the steel. It's the same thing as M390. This blade is actually M390, and I will actually finish this out and carry this for a while, and see what changes I want to make to the design. But should be pretty cool. So don't email me about those yet. Don't even ask me, because I have nothing going for these yet. I will. It's one of my goals for this month is to try and nail down more stuff about that. I'm actually waiting to hear back from some people like Steve about the pivot screws and things like that. As well as getting the whole price list together for how much the whole thing's going to cost me to make, because that is in a lot of ways what determines what the price is. But they're going to be way more than the Pretiums, because they're significantly more involved in the Pretiums, and they're going to have some higher component costs in the Pretiums, and more machining.
They're going to be a little sexier.
They're going to be a little sexier too. I mean, they're not just slabs of titanium with like a couple of mill lines in them. They're going to be, and they're going to be lightning strike carbon fiber, silver lightning strike carbon fiber, because I like that.
The silver lightning strike is pretty cool.
It's pretty sick.
It cleans up real pretty.
Yeah, and I've said it before. I like it way better than the copper wired stuff, because the epoxy that's in the carbon fiber adheres much better to the aluminum wire that's in there, so it doesn't wang out and poke you and shit. It can be really uncomfortable.
The only thing we want pokey on that knife is the blade.
Very nice. Well said, apprentice. I have taught you well.
It's one thing we put a lot of effort to. There's a lot of time that goes into the Pretiums and making sure that there's no sharp edges.
Pokey shit.
Huh?
No pokey shit.
No pokey shit. No, the only thing that can cut you is the blade.
Let me tell you, they can cut you. Oops. And that was a 220 grit belt edge that did that to me on the Pretium. Not even the 2000 grit. And
so just to clarify, he has a nice cut all the way down his finger.
Mm-hmm. It goes into the pad a little bit too. It's going to be real fun. It's going to be exciting for the next couple of weeks. I'm really excited for that.
For sure, clean it out.
Yeah, whatever. I don't get infections. What? When have you ever seen me infected? Think about it. Of all the wounds that you have seen me acquire in my lifetime, when have you ever seen me get an infection?
usually super glue them and seal them all up. But I've seen you clean out your wounds and then super glue them.
It's true. You got to douche it out with some alcohol or acetone, whatever.
Crazy. You are crazy. Acetone hurts.
Don't be a pussy. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Weren't you ever a Marine? For God's sake.
No, pain is pain.
It's all in your mind,
And
dude.
usually,
It's all in your mind.
at least most of the pain that
It's in your mind.
well, yeah, most of my pain is from my own stupidity, which makes it even worse. Like, man, I'm dumb.
I'm dumb. I don't know what you're talking about. It never happens. Oh, you had to do it. Look, yeah. It's fun, isn't it?
It is a lot of fun.
My daughters came to the shop and they were like, "Daddy, what's that thing?" I'm like, "Okay, ready." They thought it was the coolest thing. They thought it was the coolest thing ever. Oh, and we're very green here at the Fair and Force Knife Workshop. So we have the special starch peanuts. Go ahead, do it right there. Stick them on the wood.
No, where's gonna piss off Mark the most?
No, you see, there's nothing here that he is super attached to. You can stick them on his computer screen, but I don't know if those. I don't know if they'll come off.
Yeah.
See, we used to have the big thing of peanut butter here, and I'd always stick him on the peanut butter. He's gonna blame me for all this, you know. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck, Williamson?" I'm gonna be like, "Apprentice."
They don't taste bad.
Well, no, they're starch. And the enzymes in your saliva are going to break those down into sugar right there in your mouth. So as you suck on it long enough, it's going to get sweet. I learned that in biology.
Cool. Why don't you test it out for me?
No, they don't taste good to start off with.
I think you're full of shit. I don't believe you.
I know what you're trying to do, and I don't like it.
I mean, you're throwing these claims out there, and I know you like things being backed by science, the scientific method.
But I don't. It is backed by science. I don't have to prove that. That is science. Starches, polysaccharides break down into sugars, eventually becoming monosaccharides.
Eat it. Make me look like a dick. Eat it.
Bite the soap. Bite the soap.
I can't believe you actually just ate one.
Kind of tastes like cream of wheat. Not gonna lie. I've had worse. Aren't you so glad we chose to make a video today?
Saturday stupidity.
Saturday stupidity.
We got a month to make up for.
Back again. Here we go. Okay, now you know what? Try it out.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I got you to eat one. I win.
I'm gonna need to wash that taste out though. That's not so magical. Here, hold this.
Hey, one day we can get an official corporate beer sponsor, right?
Well, we do work next to a brewery.
Which I have not had any of their beer yet.
Neither have we.
I keep telling myself, I'm gonna go over there and get a beer one day.
Mark and I keep throwing down this idea that we need to make a designated Fair and Forge Knife Works go over to the brewery day. I mean, the Medford guys, they go to the strip club or something. Right? The Fair and Forge guys, we could at least go to the brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, is the bartender hot? She could be hot. Maybe. Pretty far away. Hard to tell. She could be cute. I don't know.
I got good vision, but not that good. Because, you know, good from afar, but far from good. You never know.
That is the problem, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So Mark got into a car accident, destroyed his car, so he had to get a new car. And so we were at the car dealership. He totally hijacked me going to stupid car dealership. He's like, let's go get burritos. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm hungry. And he's like, oh, by the way, we're gonna stop by the car dealership. I want to check out a car. 5 hours later, I'm like, dude, why are we still here? He's like, I'm buying the car. And so the lady that does all the paperwork there, she was a bit of a cougar, I'm not gonna lie. And she was like, so what do you guys do? And Mark goes, oh, we make knives. And he shows her the Pretium number one that he was carrying with him. And she was like, wow, that's pretty cool. He's like, he goes, you should see the one he's carrying. And she goes, whip it out, big boy. And I was like, no. I was like, okay. Here we go. So tempting. And Mark knew what I was thinking too. Because although sometimes I can come off polished, I'm really not. I'm quite crass. The apprentice is looking at me like, that's okay.
You come across as polished?
Comparatively.
To...
Well, I'm fairly well spoken when I want to be. And I fit in nicely in high society.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I look damn good in a tux.
I do. I look really good in tux. But anyway. Whatever, dude. But anyway. Pretty crass. My mind's in the gutter most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So what else are we doing in this video?
I'm good.
We can look at my belt now. Full circle. Okay, so I have it buckled on the side here. There's a pretty good reason for it. I'll show you in a second. But look at this. Look at this buckle. Look at that. The cool part is that it's got this neat slidey thing, so it doesn't come undone. It's amazing. And then you loop it back through, and then it's just never coming out. The thing that impressed me about this is that I've had climbing gear in the past that had this kind of system that I liked a lot. So I saw that and I was like, I want this belt. Okay. Let's show them the thing that I really like most. So like every prepared man have a carabiner on my keys. Oh my gosh. Right? It's amazing. Whew. Sorry about you get those. That's cool. Yeah, thank you. Boom. Alright. I know what you're thinking. Where can I get this fine belt? Well, I got mine at REI. It's made by Bison. Bison belts. Bison Design. Was it? Yeah, Bison Design. Cool belt. Like it. I think we covered absolutely everything that we could possibly talk about, except for mine and your sex life. But I'm married, so we already know how that is.
And I don't like to chat on YouTube about things like that.
Wait, what? Single guys. You have things to hide.
You know how there's people that are oversharers in this world?
Who? Like me?
No. I mean, people who post anything and everything that happens to them on Facebook, regardless of whether other people should know about it or not.
But not really, because I don't ever.
You don't do that.
I don't see these things either.
There are people out there that are like, I don't care. I'm an undersharer. I don't want to tell anybody anything.
Well, is that like sometimes like I've been trying to talk. New for me. On Instagram, like sometimes people post stuff and I'm just like, really? What was the point of this?
Like a picture of their Big Mac.
Because it's a new thing, right? Big Mac.
I mean, if you get one of them glorious boats of sushi, hell yeah, take a picture of that. You know what I'm talking about?
Thank you for just whetting my appetite with the idea of a sushi bowl.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Sorry, what was that?
Whet.
Whetting? There's not even an H in that, man.
WHET. Whet. Same thing as to wet a grindstone. Whet.
Fine.
What's up now?
I'm impressed. You spelled.
Come here. Come with me. Just come here. Come here. Just come here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. University of California, San Diego. Right. Literature and English. I know things about English.
I know you know plenty of things about English and literature. I'm just skeptical of your spelling.
You know,
Like Elliot Wesley.
Okay, that was those are fine people at the at UCSD. 12th ranked university in the world, by the way. Spelling my middle name wrong.
Yeah, there's another E in between the L and the Y there.
That's Weasley. That's my alter ego.
I always thought that was Ampro.
You know what's really important here, though?
What?
Signed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. What's up?
Shit, he was not the governor when I graduated.
No, you don't want that.
Yeah? Did you shake his hand, though?
It's true, I did not.
I touched the governor.
You touched the governor.
He shook my hand and looked at me.
Please tell me you haven't washed that hand since.
No, I've washed it. It's been a few years.
I wouldn't have washed that hand. This hand is imbued with the power of Arnold.
I gotta say, he's got meatier hands than you.
I can imagine.
I mean, they're just